What's up? Welcome back. Good morning, Peter. LB, good morning, Chad. Good morning, Northsale. Good morning. What do we got today? CDT. CDT. Penny stock here. Let's take a look at the float. CDT looking like a 36 million share float, 38 cents a share. So not terrible. News. Looks like it's got a licensing with AstraZeneca, which is a bigger company, well known. So maybe this thing can move off of that. Looks like they got a licensing agreement with AstraZeneca to develop 2 different drugs, which is good. I think it's a pretty decent catalyst. Good morning, CJ. Good morning, Drew. Good morning, Fulton. Weena, yeah, Weena. I can take a look. So CDT, larger time frame, looks like we had a previous bounce here, kind of dead cat bounce from about 25 cents up to 5.52. So maybe we can reclaim this high and break out. And maybe we have some room. Pretty nasty backside here, but maybe we can see some room up to 1 if possible. Don't know. I think for this target here, first target would be, a nice conservative target would be 50 cents to 54 cents. Be a pretty decent first target. What's up, Nuclear Trading? Good morning. Weena, we can take a look here at Weena. A new medical shares are trading higher. The company announced the grand and issuance of patents, a patent number for treatment of neurodegenerative disease, including Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and ALS. Nice. So it looks like patent news, which is good. Patent news tends to be pretty decent. So 2 decent stocks with a catalyst, with a very good catalyst. So I wouldn't doubt one of these will be the winner today. Which one will it be? I'm not sure. ZDT or WENA. For WENA, looks like CDT is kind of curling up here. Maybe we can break out here of this pivots. Looking towards the highs. Very nice. Very nice. So we can take a look here at the float. Float is 8.88 million. So for $1.52 a share, pretty good. The main thing it's going to come down to is volume. Which one of these stocks is going to have the major volume at the open? CDT. On the technical, CDT looks better. We are kind of holding a front side here. Overall, kind of increasing volume as pre-market continues. WENA is stuck in a range with kind of mediocre volume at the moment. So CDT, maybe we can base out here and make that attempt. Next stock here, GVP. Looks like acquisition. So acquisition probably not going to be in play. Weena for the larger time frame. Did an IPO back in June? So maybe an IPO back in June. I can verify that. Okay, so my news only goes back towards, okay, it goes back to the first day here, but I don't see, I don't see any news saying it's an IPO, or it could just be a ticker change. So I'm not sure what the chart is before, what is this, June 24th. So maybe somebody has a chart for that. Lewis is saying X pawn looks interesting. You can take a look. XPON. Yeah, so this one, this was the one that had that crazy dump, like 85% dump. Looks like we're kind of bouncing off the lows, a little bit of a dead cat bounce. It's not something it's not something on like my A plus setup list. But yeah, maybe, I'm sure we'll get some sort of volatility on it, on this dead cat bounce. If that's something that you guys trade, it's good to have on watch. But for me, I'm not going to be looking here at XPON. And it's a little bit too cheap for me. 10 cents a share is just a little bit too cheap. And I'll likely be churning so much commissions that it kind of eats away at my edge. Or not commissions, fees. Because somebody in the chat's going to say, oh, I thought Thinkorswim had free commissions. It's just the ECN fees of the exchange fees. But yeah, CDT kind of holding up, very nice. Anything else on the scans? HRO, a little bit too light of volume there. ASPN, light volume. Yeah, it seems to be it. So overall market kind of still in this kind of consolidation near the lows. So like not quite bouncing strongly yet, kind of still in striking distance from the most recent low around 510, 509. It is forming a higher low though, relatively. Could take a look at Tesla. Tesla again, like not really bouncing too strongly. Still in striking distance near the lows. Nvidia. I think Nvidia seems a little bit stronger than Tesla. It seems like it's I guess if you say like relative weakness or relative strength, I would say Tesla is the relatively weaker than Nvidia. At least what I've been observing the past few days. But probably going to focus on small caps today, CDT and WINA. Getting my two main stocks here on watch. Peter says CDLX. I can take a look. CDLX. Skull lost $10 on WINA. Looks like you'll have to skip that Starbucks coffee and you'll make that back. CLDX, CDLX, CDXL, no, CDLX. There we go. Yeah, these stocks that are like this type of setup isn't really my style. I mean, it dumped what, 70%, 60%. I mean, volume is still not that great. Still low volume. What was the news? Maybe an offering? Yeah, it looks like earnings. Yeah, so I mean, this is not type of something that I would trade, especially it doesn't look like it's a low float. But for those of you, yeah, it's 41 million share float, $3 a share. It's a little bit on the higher end. But if that's something that you trade, yeah, I'm sure there'll be some volatility on it at the open. But good luck with that. It's not really my style. CDT looking good on the technicals. WINA still kind of holding up, which is good. Forming a little bit of a ascending support here. If we can break back over 160 and kind of close above 160, previously where we could not close, would be bullish. If one has a $5,000 cash account, do you recommend they take one trade a day or multiple? What I would do, or what I did do, is I just traded. Since I'm a hyper scalper, I just traded my hyper scalping strategy with the cash account until I hit $5,000 until I used up my balance, and then I waited until the next day to trade. I wasn't really for that one trade a day because as a hyper scalper, you take like hundreds of trades a day, and your edge doesn't really come out until a series of trades. So if you're only taking one trade a day, it's likely that the edge doesn't show itself. But if you're someone who trades like maybe longer hold times, then yeah, one trade a day could be better. Yeah, if you're someone who's like a kind of like a trend follower, where it's like, okay, you establish a trend, establish the front side, you're gonna enter in on like the first pullback and then try to ride the trend for 30 minutes, an hour, or 2 hours. If you're that type of trader, then I would definitely suggest maybe 1 to 2 trades a day and kind of using up most of that buying power per trade. But as a hyper scalper, your edge doesn't really show itself until a series of, let's say, 10, 20, 30 trades. Because there's a lot of break-even trades, there's a lot of scratch trades. Good morning, Meg11. The market definitely isn't for me. I only had 2 trading days this month. Yeah, this market has definitely shifted, for sure. You got to be able to notice that and adjust. There's still opportunity. There's definitely still opportunity, but man, like you got to be super patient, and it's really like sometimes that opportunity in this type of market is like 1 minute. 1, 2 minutes, 3 minutes of opportunity, and then it's just a desert. It's a desert. It's a desert. It's deserted. Like no opportunity at all. That's just the type of market that we're in. So, survival is definitely key, especially if you're a beginner trader trying to survive through this market and not try to force it, because, your edge is going to go through seasons. Right now, hyper scalping definitely going through a rough patch. I haven't broke highs in my P&L for almost 2 weeks now, but I'm maintaining near my the highs of my account, which is important. I don't want to be, hitting, $500 a red day, $500 red day, $500 red day, $500 red day on every single day if I could tell that the market isn't giving me what I want. The market's not giving me what I want, I minimize my risk until the market gives me what I want. Or I can try to adjust my strategy either for a longer hold time, giving it some more time, or switching to large caps. So CDT looks best today. Did I catch yesterday's huge false break? Yeah, ADTX had it. Yeah, so on this stock here, the best opportunity was this kind of blow off top. I remember I was watching it. I was watching it here. I looked away for 1 second. It dipped down to 170. I looked at it. I was like, all right, it looks pretty decent. Let me give it some more time since it was taking forever to consolidate and actually make a move. I thought we'd have a couple minutes. I looked away on my side monitor looking at something else. And then I look back and it's all the way up at 214. Completely missed it. And then from there, just a hard fade. Volume just dried up. LODE, take a look at LODE. Okay, 22 cents a share, a little bit on the cheaper end. Let's see, 155 million share float. Oof, that's rough. Comstock shares trading higher after the company announced execution of an indicative term sheet for 325 million in funding. I mean, that's some decent. That's a decent catalyst. The only thing is a 125 million share or 155 million share float. It is a cheaper stock. Yeah, I think it has potential for sure, but the volume has to be there. Right now, we're not even averaging 1 million shares per 1 minute candle, which you probably want to see, 5, 6, 7 million shares per candle, especially at the open, since it's such a cheap stock. I mean, even 10 million shares on something like this is not even that much, but you're going to want that high volume, especially since it's a cheap stock and it has such a high float. Yeah, so the other stock, LUMN, I actually kind of like it. I think there could be an opportunity here. Also, the best opportunity yesterday was this panic dip down here at 650. We panicked from 783 all the way down to 650. We had a nice bounce. Hopefully somebody got that. That was a great opportunity. But yeah, I think we're holding this range. So I think we have a potential to break out. Well, we're going to break out eventually. But which way is it going to be? Is it going to be to the downside or is it going to be to the upside? So we got a little bit of wedge here. Maybe we fake out to the downside and rip up, or we pop up to like 7, maybe 8, and then we flush down and it starts to enter the backside, or we break out and we hold and continue higher. It's probably one of those the other situation could be break out lower, hold, and continue lower. So one of those 4 situations is going to happen. I guess if you count a 5th one, it would just be stuck in this range, continuing, which would be so one of those 5 things are going to happen. Which one is it going to be? I have no idea. But it definitely has potential to be another leg. And this is the type of stock, once momentum starts picking up on this stock, it's like a freight train. It's because the float's big, it's going to have a crap ton of volume, and it's going to be like, yeah, just jump on the train and just try to ride it. It's not going to move like a low float as far as those huge whips in price action. Yeah, right, Skull. One of those 5 things. Yep. Up, down, sideways, up, or lower, lower. Sometimes you just wish you had a time machine or you could see the future or something, because you never know what's going to happen. And a market like this definitely doesn't give you a good conviction either. So we got about 5 minutes. Hopefully you guys get some green today. hopefully I get some green today. Gonna trade the best of my ability. Try to wait for that good setup. Try not to overtrade. But yeah, it's a rough market, that's for sure. But I've been here before. I've been through these cold stretches a couple times. So LUMN, CDT, and WENA. Could probably get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. So looks like we got a little bit of a support here. Maybe a little bit of support there. Some resistance up here. So in here is going to be kind of like a no man's land. I'm either going to want to trade towards the low ends or the high end. Here's going to be more of a 50-50. So we got about 3 minutes as you guys are tuning out. Make sure you drop that like button and on the way out and subscribe if you're new. Stay calm, cool, and collected. Let's not force the opportunity that's not there. I'm sure we'll get maybe 1 or 2 A+ setups today. 1 or 2 A+ setups that could probably get us green. And then from there, it's just not over trading and giving it all back. But maybe we see a panic dip. I would want to take a panic dip on CDT for a reclaim and a test of the highs if we do see it. But of course, you got to be careful because sometimes these opening dips, they just hold and continue lower. And it turns into an opening dump. All right, so good luck. Stay calm, cool, and collected. I'll catch you guys later. All right.